Hey guys, it's Doona. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to focus on stretching the glutes as well as the hips. So if you're an athlete, you're always running, kicking balls, or even if you sit a lot, our glutes start to really tighten, our glutes start to shorten, so we're going to help to lengthen the glutes today. Okay, so please subscribe and like this video, and let's get started. So we're going to get started in a seated position, just like this. Feel free to grab 2 blocks and a strap, always. Okay, I always like to grab them in every practice. So if you like, you could always sit on a block and just take the next few minutes to get comfortable. Okay, go ahead and shimmy out all the goodness out of your sit bones. Make sure you're rooted into both glutes. Just rest your arms and hands on top of your knees. Sit up nice and tall. So I want you to focus on rooting down into your sit bones. Lengthen your tailbone down towards your lower back, in towards the floor. But lift your side waist, but draw your navel in. Grow a little bit taller through your obliques, but draw your front ribs in. Good. Now roll your shoulder heads back, broaden through the collarbones, lift your heart up, and retuck your tailbone. Good. From there, soften your gaze, relax your jaw. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Take a few more rounds on your own. As you take your inhales and exhales, try to create that audible noise, that oceanic noise. So you're constricting the back of your throat, relaxing your jaw. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, but on your inhale, you're going to sit up nice and tall, even taller. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, elongate through your lower back. Walk your hands forward, and then start to fold over your legs. Okay, so keep your chest lifted. Don't round or hunch your back. You gotta focus on reaching your chest towards the top of your mat. Keep your spine long and lengthened. Okay, so you're more than welcome to stay here. You should already feel the stretch in your outer glutes. Otherwise, if you like, you could always go a little bit deeper. Just make sure your sit bone stays grounded so you're not lifting the hips or the glutes up. Keep rooting it down as you reach forward. Feel free to stretch your arms forward even more. Last inhale. And then exhale. Good. Inhale, slowly rise. Then place your left ankle or the opposite ankle on top. Let's do that again. Inhale, sit up tall, lengthen. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over your legs. Walk your hands forward as much as you can. Lead with your chest. So imagine there's a string tied to your chest and someone keeps pulling the string forward and slightly up. Inhale, lengthen. Every exhale means to fold a little deeper. Again, don't let those glutes lift up. Keep pressing the hips down as you walk your hands forward. Last inhale. Fold a little deeper on your exhale. Inhale, slowly rise. Good. Let's come up to tabletop position. Plant your palms in front of you. And then walk your knees back. Setting up for downward facing dog, spread your fingers out wide, index fingers points forward. Step your feet back into high plank position. Then press your hips up to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Take any free movements. Notice how your calves feel. Notice how your hamstrings feel. Bring awareness into the shoulders, the spine. Good. Now find stillness in your down dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg high. Lead with your inner thigh to keep your hips squared. As you exhale, bring your right knee in towards your right arm. Then really push the floor away. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. It might take a few steps to get up there, and that's okay. You could also pick up the right hand to step your foot forward. Okay, take your time to meet me here in your first lizard lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Lift your left thigh and hug your right outer hip back. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine, and just feel free to rock forward and back here. And this is when your blocks might come in handy. You could always place your blocks underneath your hands for extra support. Okay. A couple more breaths here. Good. Now find stillness. Drop your left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Same action. Pull your chest forward. Lengthen your spine. Now hug your outer hips in. So you should slightly feel your glutes turn on. From here, point your right toe slightly out and roll onto the knife edge of your right foot. With your right hand, place your right hand to the inside of your right inner thigh and slightly press your knee away from your body. Good. So feeling that nice stretch into the IT band, into the outer glute on that right side. Good. Holding here. As you inhale, reach your chest forward, and as you exhale, twist. Peel your right shoulder back. Good. All right, come back to center. Walk your feet between your hands. Replant your right palm. Lift your left knee. Then as you inhale, stretch your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. As you exhale, option 1, just stretch your right arm behind you. Sink your hips down, but keep your legs active so you're squeezing the inner thighs in. Option 2 for horizon pose. Roll onto the knife edge of your right foot. Okay, point your right toes out. Roll onto the knife edge of your left foot and drop your hips. Good, and you're gonna feel that deep, deep stretch into that right outer hip again. So it's pretty similar to what we just did in our runner's lunge, but now we're into our horizon. So that left side should be almost towards the floor. It could be hovered or maybe all the way down to the floor, okay? Breath to movement. As you inhale, lift your hips, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, horizon. Drop your hips, extend your right arm back. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. And then as you exhale, plant your palms, come back to low lunge. Step your right foot back to high plank. Try to pick your foot up without dragging it back. And then let's meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Few breaths here. Reset. Remember, you're more than welcome to drop into child's pose at any time throughout your practice. Take as many water breaks, towel breaks. Listen to your breath. Guys, switching sides. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Keep your hips square. Flex your left foot. Keep your left leg active. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Good. Push the floor away. Lift your chest. Then try to step your left foot to the outside of that left hand. Good. Once you're there, take any movements. I like to kind of just Dump the hips down. Also make circles with my hips. Try to keep your spine long, so no rounding in the upper back. Find that nice length. You're going to also feel it deep into your right hip flexor, into the psoas. Some of you might even feel in the inner thighs and the hamstrings. Good. All right, you could drop your right knee. Pull your chest forward. Then point your left toe slightly out. So your left knee should be pointing the same direction as your left toes. Good. Then roll onto the knife edge of your left foot. Left hand places inside your left inner thigh, and then push your knee away from your chest. That left arm might go straight, it might still bend, okay? And then lift your chest, shoulders away from the ears. So there's a slight spinal twist here. Keep opening up through the chest. Good. Now bring awareness into that left glute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, gaze down. Walk your feet to center. Plant your left palm down. Lift your right knee, coming back to low lunge. All right, yogis, again, setting up for our horizon pose. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling for a low lunge twist. Again, you're more than welcome to just drop the hips and reach your left arm back, okay? So even if you hold here, you're gonna feel it a lot in that left glute. Otherwise, roll onto the knife edges of your feet. Drop your hips. Breath to movement. Inhale, reach up. Reach your left arm over your head. Exhale, horizon. Drop your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Then exhale back to low lunge. High plank. Feel free to take your chaturanga if you have that in your practice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your wrist. Keep your feet about hip width. Then point your toes out. Bend your knees, squat low for Malasana, frog pose. You're more than welcome to walk your feet a little wider. And if your heels lift up, just keep your hands down. Okay, and you could always sit on a block as well. All right, so we're gonna hold here for about 3 more breaths. So find a comfortable position for yourself. Again, either hands to the floor or hands to heart. Good, feel a nice opening through the hips as well as the glutes. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulder stacks over hips. Broaden through your collarbone. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, plant your palms. Keep your feet as wide as your mat. Point your toes forward, drop your heels. Then hinging from your hips, forward folds, wide-legged forward fold. Okay? You could always grab opposite elbows. Dangle your torso down, relax your head. And maybe sway your torso side to side. Good. All right. Plant your palms, walk your feet together. Now cross your right ankle in front of your left. Pinky toes a touch. Otherwise, if that right foot goes forward, that's okay. Okay? So just try your best to cross the ankles. Bend your knees slightly and forward folds. Good. You're going to feel a lot in that left glute area. So all the way down into the IT band, into the hamstrings. You should feel it in the calf as well. Breathing here. Try not to hold on to the tightness, to the tension. Try to let go, no resisting. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Then keep your right foot where it's at. Just cross your left ankle over the right. Okay? Pinky toes a touch. Good. Okay, bend your knees as much as you need. Forward fold. And remember, blocks are always here for you. So if you need, place a block underneath your hands. Try to keep your neck relaxed, head relaxed. Bend your knees a lot again if you need, because this one is a really, really tight one. Yeah, you're going to feel it a lot on that right side now. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly release the block, release your hands, walk your feet back together. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. Plant your fingertips, lift your heels, round your back, connect your forehead to your knees. Drop your shoulders down. Good. Let's go ahead and have a seat on our sit bones. All right, friends. Good. Okay, so we're going to take half pigeon pose. You're going to bring your right knee out towards the right corner of your mat. Stack your right shin bone parallel to the top of your mat, okay? Keep your right foot flexed. Lean over to the right and slide your left leg back behind you, okay? Now, you're more than welcome to bend through that right knee as much as you need. So you could bend your knee, then square your hips. So you're not leaning over to the right. You're not leaning over to the left. Stay centered, okay? So go ahead and fix your legs. Again, you can place 2 blocks underneath your hips to square them off, or underneath your hands to square them off. Okay, once you find a comfortable position for yourself, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. You could stay on your hands. Okay, this one is a deep one for that right outer glute. You could also drop to your forearms, or you could slide your arms forward and relax your forehead. Good. Bring awareness into that right glute. Breathe into it. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome, you guys. Plant your palms, and then let's switch sides. So you're going to lean over to that right side. Swing your left leg forward. Okay. Bend the left knee and slide your right leg back. Okay, sitting up for your half pigeon. Make sure that right leg is completely straight behind you. Again, bend your left knee as much as you need. Flex your left foot. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale, lower down. Half pigeon. Feel free to close your eyes. Take this moment to come back to your practice. How is your breathing? Where can you soften and let go? Inhale, come back to center. Good. Go ahead and slide your right leg back forward. And then let's go ahead and lie down on our backs. Good. All right, we got one more. Figure 4. Right ankle on top of the left thigh. Feel free to stay here as you press the right knee forward. Okay, you'll feel it a lot in that right outer glute. Otherwise, lift your left foot, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Now make sure your lower back doesn't lift up. So keep dropping it down. As you hug your left thigh into your chest, drop your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Switching sides. Plant your feet. Left ankle on top of right thigh. Lift your right foot. Or again, keep it planted. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Good. Okay. Again, feeling that nice stretch into that left outer glute. You could close your eyes here, relax your face muscles. Notice if you're tensing up through your neck, invite lots of space between your ears and shoulders. So you're pressing your shoulders down towards your hips. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, release for your final resting pose. Spread your legs out wide, arms by your side. open through your collarbones. Let your shoulder heads melt down. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. If you're ready to move on with your practice, we'll come up to a seated position. Okay. Close your eyes and bring your hands to your heart. Sit up nice and tall. So just take this moment to notice your glutes and your hips. We worked a lot into them, so they should be pretty open by now, or at least more open. So I want you to acknowledge that. Inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for tuning in for our glute class. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.